What's up, everybody? Not sure if I'm live yet or not. Okay. What's going on, everybody? Hope everybody's having an awesome Tuesday. Hadn't been live in a while. I've actually had internet problems at my house for a couple weeks, and I feel like it's it's been consistent enough that I can trust it to do a video. But if I disappear on you halfway through, it's probably my internet, and I apologize. But look, I won't keep you long today. I just wanted to come and talk about something that I've experienced recently and have been experimenting with that's really made an incredible impact in my life. And a lot of you know I did a 72-hour fast a few weeks ago. Boy, was that difficult. Just water, spring water, and a little black coffee was all I had for 72 hours. And pretty interesting. Pretty interesting the amount of uh, clarity that it brought to me. And how quiet the world got around me, especially in that late in that second day and throughout that third day. But that's more of an extreme level. But what I've been doing, I've been doing a 24-hour fast once a week, and I'm actually doing one right now. I'll eat again at 9 o'clock tonight. But one of the coolest things, I guess, one of the coolest uh, things that I've realized throughout this process is not just with food. Now, food, it's an easy example. If you don't eat for a couple days, you'd be surprised how good things taste when you do eat them. I'll give you an example. Even, not even before my 72-hour fast, my wife Aaliyah and I, we did a juice fat, like just juice, like pure pressed juices. We were going to do that for, I think we were supposed to do it for 3 days. We didn't even make it through the whole day. I think it was late the first day. It said if you have to eat, if you just can't bear it, you can eat half of an avocado with some lemon juice on it, and I think some everything bagel seasoning. Listen to me. When I tell you that avocado tastes so good, and I only went a day. I just remembered this. I'm just giving you an example, but I remember licking the inside of the shell of that avocado, and just every bite just tasted like the most amazing thing I've ever eaten. And it's because of the delayed gratification. Um, but I mean, it applies to so many things, so many different areas of your life that delayed gratification, not just eating, but other things. I mean, sex, sex is a pretty interesting one. Guys don't, but like, so I'm gonna talk to married men for just a hair second. Hopefully, this doesn't come across inappropriate to anyone, but we're all adults, hopefully, listening. But guys married men, between times that you and your wife have sex, between those times, leave yourself alone. I'm telling you, leave yourself alone, and you'll be a different person, and um, you'll see. You put off different vibes. You treat your wife a little bit better. You're focused on her, not focused on little pleasures in between. Um, it makes things different. Your life between you and your wife will be better if you leave yourself alone. I'm telling you, trust me, it's a fact. Eating's another one. Your body between times, so like intermittent fasting, fasting for 24 hours, fasting for 48 hours, 72 hours, your body does things in that time. So it's not just how good the food tastes, it's what the benefits that it's going to provide to your body. Fasting, what it'll do. Uh, you know, Going back to what I was just talking about before eating, um, when you have that retention between times, that energy, whether it's sexual energy, whatever it is, it transmutes to productivity, um, and it transmutes to effort in your relationship. It transmutes to a lot of things. Eating does good things for your body. It's going to remove the bloating from your body. Guys, if you struggle with love handles, it's going to help. It's going to help tone things up, but also mental clarity throughout that process. It's going to you're just going to be a lot more focused. You're going to be uh, uh, you're not going to be lethargic. You know how sometimes after you eat, especially after lunch, you kind of get tired, kind of want to take that afternoon nap. Take that and think of it in reverse. So you're sharper. You have more clarity. You're more focused, and your mind's not cluttered with all this noise, outside noise. You really just, I don't know, it's hard to explain unless you experience it. Uh, Discomfort. So, like for instance, a lot of y'all know I was doing the cold water plunges. That level of discomfort, it does something to your body. So your body goes into that survival mode, and your body does things to itself. Your body is, I'm telling you guys, our body is a very intricate, I mean, multi-trillion dollar computer. I mean, it is very, very intelligent, and it does things on a subconscious level that you don't do necessarily. It's kind of like your heart beating. You're not beating your heart, right? Um, your body does things on its own. It cleans itself up during those times of delayed eating, so time restricted eating, cold water plunges, even the sauna, hot sauna. When you put yourself through extreme discomfort, your body responds to that accordingly and does some pretty phenomenal things. Um, and the sex thing, that's more of a psychological thing, but it's also a physical thing. So like your testosterone men will build up, and um, you put off different vibes to your spouse. I'm telling you, and you try harder, you make more of an effort, and uh, you know, you're focused on the right things, and then that's important. Uh, Business. Let's talk about business a little bit. So I know, I've been an employee and I've been an entrepreneur. An employee mindset, when you work, you expect to get paid for that work immediately. So you work, get paid, work, get paid, work, get paid. There's security in that, and I understand that, there that's an easy way to go through life, collect a paycheck. Now, from an entrepreneur standpoint, you're creating a paycheck. Now, it doesn't work the same way. So you may have to work, 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 work. I heard Bryn Lang say it yesterday. She kind of did the Rihanna work, work, work. But you're working a lot and then you get paid. And then you work, 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 then you get paid. But if you can delay the gratification of needing immediate compensation and to just understand, kind of play the long game. Say, you know what? I'm going to keep my job because we understand you do have to pay bills. You have to provide for your family. So I'm not saying quit your job, but if you want to dabble into the entrepreneurial world, you have to delay the gratification of immediate compensation for your work and understand, hey, this is a 2 to 4 year deal. You have to work at first, you're going to work a lot harder than you're getting paid for. But if you can delay that gratification, if you can understand that you're building a foundation, you're digging a pipeline, so to speak, that eventually, if you get to the point where at first you're work, 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 get paid, work, 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 get paid. Eventually you'll get to a point where it's work, get paid, work, you're it's working, right? It takes a lot of personal development. It may take building your sphere of influence. It may take learning systems, building a team, but throughout that process, you're eventually going to get to where you're working, getting paid, or um, more congruent than they were in the beginning. But if you can even keep going, don't settle there, don't take your foot off the gas, don't get complacent just because now you're starting to be able to pay your bills with your part-time work, or it may replace your you may be working full-time on your job, part-time on your fortune. Now your part-time business, your entrepreneurial business, the creating a paycheck is now replacing the paycheck that you were collecting. That doesn't mean relax, take your foot off the gas, you know, get complacent. If you continue that same effort that got you from the work, 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 get paid, that effort that got you from there to work, get paid, if you continue that same effort, keep Stay at it. Keep building. Keep growing. Keep working on yourself, which is extremely important. Eventually, you're going to get to a point where you're work, get paid, get paid, get paid, get paid, get paid. Work a little bit, get paid, get paid, get paid, get paid, get paid, get paid, get paid. Go on a trip to Jamaica, get paid while you're there. Go on a trip. We take a lot of trips. I don't miss the paycheck. I haven't had a job in 8 years. But when I tell you I worked my ass off to get to that point, when I started my entrepreneurial journey in 2012, it took me almost 2 years until I was making twice as much as an entrepreneur as I was full time at the Louisiana State Police. Once I got to that point, I was like, hey, let's 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 eliminate the job. My son had autism. I wanted free time. Time flexibility was just as important as financial flexibility to me because I really wanted to be a present father, which was my ultimate driving force, especially considering, my son having autism. Well, when I got to that point, I didn't stop. I set goals. I'm looking at my dream board. I write down goals. I have post-its. I mean, you got to be setting goals, but understand the delayed gratification. I don't just because I may not hit that goal next week, I don't take the post off my board. I don't erase my goals. I understand, hey, I have to become the person that can reach those goals. That's the thing. It's not what you get, it's who you become in the process. And we can't just change overnight. When you're building an organization, it doesn't happen overnight. You can't plant a garden and then eat from it the next day. You don't plant a seed, water it for a few days and say, oh, this didn't work, dig it up, throw it out. You know, when you put popcorn in the microwave, I'll give you a shorter, different, little bit of a different analogy. When you're working and you're building a business, like building a home-based business, let's just use network marketing for an example. That's how I've built, the lifestyle I have. Let's just say you put popcorn in the microwave. I heard Brian Carruthers do this training, like a uh, GoPro event or something. And basically, you put the popcorn in the microwave and hit the timer. Let's just say you put it on 2 minutes. If you sit there, you're looking at the microwave, 10, 15 seconds go by, you open the microwave, check on the popcorn, oh, it's not popping. Close the microwave, start it again, wait a few 10, 20 seconds go by, you open up the microwave, pull it out, check the popcorn, put it back in, close it. That's what people do when they're building a business. They're not seeing the results, they stop, they start building it again, give it another couple weeks when they get motivated or inspired. After a couple weeks go by, they stop. That's just like opening up the microwave and checking on the popcorn. You got to close that thing. You got to start the timer and you got to go and understand you can't stop until you're getting the results, until that business starts popping like the popcorn. That's how it is. It's going to take a level of delayed gratification. It's going to take a level of discomfort. It's going to take a level of foresight and vision saying, hey, I know this is going to take 2 to 4 years. I know this may take 3 to 5 years, but the next 3 to 5 years is going to pass anyway. Whether or not I'm building this pipeline on the side of my, business or my job, you know, you can't have that scarcity mindset or that fixed mindset to say, I'm not seeing the results immediately, so I'm just going to stop. No, you got to have an abundant growth mindset. Look around at the leaders who have gone before you and understand it took them the same level of sacrifice. They too had to pay 10/10ths of the price to be where they're at. Don't compare your chapter 1 to their chapter 30. Say, hey, what did you do to get to this point? Find a mentor who's at the level in life that you want to be and say, ask them, what was your path to success? Now, you can learn a lot from other people's experiences. You can cut your learning curve in half by having a good mentor who has a vested interest in your success, who's willing to share what they did, the systems that they put in place, to build what they have, the books that they read along the way, the audios that they listened to, the mentors who they may have listened to and learned from throughout that process, and take that and learn from it. But if that's the journey you want to go on, you can't listen and take advice from people who quit, you know people who didn't try, especially people who aren't lit, who don't have the the time flexibility or financial flexibility that you are looking for. Exactly. If the person who you're listening to and taking advice from doesn't have the lifestyle that it is that you're after, you cannot take their advice. If you take their advice, listen to their opinion, and let that affect you, you're buying into their lifestyle. If you're willing to accept the opinion of someone else about what you're doing, you better be willing to accept their lifestyle as well, because that's what you're doing. I can assure you, you know, so many people who you may look up to and see with this lifestyle that you're looking for, it probably didn't happen overnight. Now, you may have noticed them when they got to that level, but I can assure you at some point they were working in the dark. They fell in love with the process. They were building this thing and working hard and going through trial and error, going through ups and downs and learning, and failing forward throughout that journey to a point where, like, for instance, my mentor, I'll just tell you, my mentor who enrolled me in the business that I'm in today has a phenomenal income, multiple six figures a month, right? But his first 7 years in network marketing, he never made a full-time income. It was his seventh year. Talking speaking about John Melton, his seventh year in network marketing did he earn a six-figure income, full-time income. But today he earns more than anybody I know, except other people inside the same business. There may be a handful earning, that type of money, but think if he would have quit year two, year four, year six, and it may not take everybody that long. Obviously, that's an extreme example. It didn't take me quite that long, but this was also 20 years ago when he got started. So, but just having that delayed gratification, understanding that, hey, I may not be able to get pregnant on Friday and have a baby on Monday, but if I get started now, the best time to plant a tree, 20 years ago. Second best time is right now. I will tell you, life is so short. Life is so short, and our time is the most valuable thing we have. I don't care how much money you have. You can't buy time back. You can't get that time back with your kids that you're warming a chair at an office 8 to 9 to 5, you know, 8 hours a day when your kids at home in the summertime wishing you were there to play with them. You can't buy that time back. You can't, it doesn't matter what your career is. But guess what? In 2 to 4 years from now, depending on your level of personal development, level of credibility that you have, level of influence you have, it may not take you 2 to 4 years. It may take you 3 months, it may take you 6 months. I don't know. You know, anything in life, you get out of it what you put into it, and there's variables that are taken into consideration when you're talking about business and things like that. Lots of different things to consider, but ultimately, doing something setting some goals and doing something outside of just trading time for money your whole life, trading hours for dollars until you're 50, 60 years old. There's just better ways. I mean, I just turned 40, and I haven't had a job since I was 32 years old, you know and I can't imagine my life today having worked those thousands of hours and the time that I would have missed. I'm telling you, I'm psychologically unemployable now. Now I have passion projects, things that I want to do. I'm actually um, looking at taking something on during the day here in the future, and it's something that I just want to do, something that I can apply the things I learned, in 11 years in law enforcement, 7 years in the military, a different way something I could do during the day. Because if I'm being honest, sometimes I do get a little bored. And maybe that's my complacency. Maybe that's a fault of mine. I should be doing more like this. I should be connecting with you guys more often, putting myself out there. Maybe I wouldn't be so bored. But there's things that I like to do, and there's interests that I have. Of course, I love building a business. I love personal development, entrepreneurship. I love mentoring and connecting with people. I love creating success stories on the team. I love seeing people win. I'm passionate about it. It's the intrinsic motivator for me. I've always had a passion to serve. I have. I just enjoy it. I enjoy doing for others. But what I don't is what I don't enjoy is working for someone who has their thumb on me saying, "You're gonna do this or you're gonna be fired. You're gonna show up, be here 5 a.m. and don't be 1 minute late. You can go eat lunch at this time when I tell you to." That kind of thing, that shit's for the birds. I'm telling you. I've been there and I've been living free for 8 years, and I'm telling you, there's nothing. I'd work 168 hours a week for myself before I'd ever work one for someone else. And that's just the truth. I like to wake up when I'm tired of sleeping. Like, think of your best vacation time you ever took, whether it's spring break, you get a week off work or whatever it is, and you just wake up in the morning when you want. Is that not a good feeling when you just get to roll over instead of rolling out of bed? You just roll over in bed. Or you wake up to the sound of the lawnmower, somebody's cutting your grass, and you ain't on the lawnmower, guys. I mean, it's pretty nice. I'm not knocking cutting your grass, but I mean, it's just think of that feeling when you don't have any, you're not obligated to anyone else. No one else has control over your time. No one else. You don't have to ask another human being for permission to spend your time how you want to spend it. And think if you live like that every single day. Every single day. That's how that's how I live for the last 8 years, and I highly recommend it if that's for you. Some people maybe listen to me like, "Yeah, I love what I do. I love my job," and I loved my job. And some people love their job, and they just, they say, even if I could, I'd work for free, and maybe so. I always think of the quote Henry Ford said, "If I'd have asked people what they wanted, they would have said faster horses." You know, a lot of people don't know what they don't know. Like, they just don't know what they want because they've never experienced it. But I'm telling you guys, if you can learn to create a paycheck, create a lifestyle to where your time's not obligated to someone else for a paycheck, where you can just really just live a life on your terms. There's no greater feeling in the world. And that's why I always talk about live free. And I don't mean to beat a dead horse here or sound redundant. I didn't go to the redundancy school for redundancy. Some of you will get that later. But I don't mean to always talk about the same thing, but it's just it's everything to me. It really is. Like, it's living free. It's like my philosophy for life. It's like my mantra, because I know how incredible it is. I know how much of a drastic difference it makes in your life to just be able to do what you want, when you want, with who you want, for however the bleep long you want to do it for. I don't have to ask anybody for permission. It's an amazing feeling. And I truly believe that anybody can work to that point. Now that we have social media, I believe that you can build a brand. This is what I believe. I believe that anybody could build a brand on social media relating to just about any interest that you have, something that you're passionate about, something like, for me, building a home-based business, network marketing, now health and wellness. You know, it's it's too easy. To me, I find it easy. I really do. I find it, especially, maybe not easy, but simple. It is just simple. It just takes a level of consistency, and you know, that's just about it. And sometimes I even struggle with that, but we still do really well. And I just believe that with this day and age, with so many uh I guess, so many platforms for social media, so many interests, that if you just figure out what it is you're passionate about and put yourself out there, your unique self, don't put on a facade, don't put on a front, don't act like somebody you're not. Be your unique self. Now, will you be for everybody? Probably not. I know I'm not. I probably turn off a lot of people when I start talking about, not having a job, living free. Some people probably don't like that for some. But some people are like me. Some people are like you. I know that there's people who are kneeling next to their bed praying, saying, "Hey, God, look, I don't need easy. I just need possible. Send me the opportunity and I will work my ass off to make it happen. That's where I was. I just knew in my heart that I was designed for more than just to go to work, pay bills, and die. And I didn't know what it was. I didn't. In fact, the opportunity that started this whole thing for me was brought to me. It was a guy I served in Iraq with. We were, not even, we were acquaintances. We weren't even close friends. And I mean, he came to me and I'm so grateful for him. I really am, for him and his wife. They came and introduced me to the home-based business world. That last company I was in for 8 years and network marketing. And it opened up my dreamer. I was like, this is it. You can make, wait, I was like, hold on. You can make how much money? And I'm a car guy. I'm a dreamer. I mean, I couldn't sleep. I was so excited and I just went after it. You know, I believed bigger sooner. I believed that I was just naive enough to think, hey, if there's people doing this, I could do it too. I mean, why not? And I just went after it with that type of belief. And I made it happen, and I didn't make it happen. Uh, I mean, I don't, God, I believe opened the right doors for me because I really believe that I'm living my purpose here. And I think that, you know, uh, it is my magnificent obsession to inspire others to live their best life and to understand that they don't have to settle for less than they deserve. They don't have to, you know, have be an employee their whole life unless they just want to be. But I'm telling you, corporate America, it's not like it was when our grandparents, when they could get a job and work there for 30 years and retire and have a good life. These days, you're just a number. I mean, electronics, computers, technology's taking over jobs left and right. You know, you're putting yourself in someone else's hands when you, as an employee. I hear story after story. I was working this place for 19 years and they just brought me in and told me, we don't need you anymore. I mean, that's crazy to me, And I would just say, even if it's a side hustle, even if it's a part-time business, do something, create another income stream to where you're not just one decision away from being broke. By decision, I don't mean you. I mean, it could be your employer's decision to let you go. It could be, you know, and plus you're just worth more than people will pay you these days. I mean, you just are. You're worth more than that, you know? I mean, ask yourself, what are you worth? Are you worth what someone's paying you? Are you being paid on your time? Or are you being paid on your value? Is your income based off of your ability to perform, or is it based off of you punching a clock and warming a chair and just being there? I know when I was a state police officer, I was a SWAT operator, I taught defensive tactics, did a lot of extra things. I worked really hard. Now, I mean, I'm not saying I was the best trooper ever. I mean, there's people that were some really good troopers out there. My point is, I could be doing all these things. My buddy could be sitting under an oak tree watching Netflix on his laptop throughout the shift. And guess what? We get paid the exact same amount of money. It wasn't performance based, it was based off time. Now, you had to be, an exceptional uh, person to even get employed there. So I'm not taking anything away from anybody, and I may not have been the best example, but my point is, in a lot of jobs, it's not, you're just paid to be there. It's not performance based. It's not commission based off of your effort. And some people may prefer that because they may not have it in them to go out and perform at a high level. They may not want to work, hard. But why not take the cap off your income? Why not remove the lid and say, hey, if I want to go make $1 million a year, I have the ability to do that. All I got to do is X, Y, Z, and there it is. Or would you prefer to be somewhere as, hey, it doesn't matter what I do. I know exactly what I'm going to get paid for the next 20 years. And hey, that's, you know, and that may be for some people. It just wasn't for me. Like, I want to dream. I want to put stuff on my dream board that's actually possible for me to acquire and attain in my life and say, hey, this is what I'm going after. I want this, 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 and this. And if I help enough people, this will happen. You know, I love that. I'm ate up with it, guys. I'm sure you can tell. I love everything about my life. I thank God every single day for, you know, the opportunity that I have to be where I'm at. And I don't say that, I don't mean to come across boastful or like bragging, like, oh, I love my life, I have the best life. No, I have personal struggles. I've been through a lot in this journey. I'm not a perfect person, nor is my life perfect by any means. I'm just talking about economically, the way I create my income, the having a leveraged income versus a linear income is a big deal to me because it does give me that time flexibility to be with the people that mean the most to me, you know, and to work on, you know, things in my life that actually matter versus having to go warm a chair or be under someone else's thumb, you know, because I know I don't have to because I've experienced, you know, all of it. So let me give some quick shout outs. I see I got some people on here. Linda Ram, what's up, girl? Long time no see. Shelby Roy, what's up? Jack Hay, Lee Johns, Nicole Gainey, what's up? Tiffany Kelly, Wayne Blomquist, what's up? What's up? That's the only ones I can see right now. I don't know who all's on, but I wanted to give a couple shout outs to you guys live. Look, if you got value out of this, um, you know, let me know in the comments. Let me know where you're, you know, if you're watching this on the replay, if you want to share it, feel free. Like I love this. I love all of it. I haven't eaten since yesterday, so I feel good. I feel clear. You know, I'm just fired up about life. I really am. I'm fired up about life more than I've ever been in my entire life. And you know, I'm just happy. I look forward to the future. I look forward to helping other people, making things happen. I'm completely ate up with it. So thank you guys for allowing me to do this. Thank you guys for supporting, you know, the support and the encouragement, cool comments, you know, engaging on these type of things. You know, it makes me, I get messages sometimes, you know, in my inbox like, hey, you know, what you said today, it really hit home. And I really appreciate you, you know, taking the time to share that and stuff like that, man. That's what does it for me. It really does. There's nothing more fulfilling and rewarding than even playing the smallest role in impacting someone else's life. What you do for you, what you do for yourself, it's going to die when you do. But things you do for other people will carry on, you know, and that's what does it for me. So thank you guys for allowing me to live this life and to hopefully provide value in the ways that I do. Um, and thanks for, you know, just being awesome. So with that, have a great day. Love you guys. Go out and live your best life, whatever that looks like for you. Whatever it is that you want, you know, whatever it is you want, figure out what that is, identify that, and spend the rest of your natural life going after those things because life's too short not to. So with that, I'm out of here. Take care, guys.